Hey, Fanboy Nation.
This is your pal Daffy Duck, and you're watching.
We're watching Fanboy.
A fanboy, etc.
Fanboy Nation.
Dot, I assume Tom.
You've seen this guy on the most popular nostalgia 80s flashback, updated series that there possibly is with Cobra Kai. He's been in Ant Farm on Disney. He's worked with Sarah Silverman and Zach Galifianakis and a million other people. Aedin Mincks, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Listen, man, it's going to be fun talking to you. I feel horrible for you for one reason and one reason only, because the two nicknames that Mitch gets are not flattering whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I hope you don't have to go through what Kevin Alessandro went through on Lucifer when Tom started calling him Detective, how do we put it nicely, French shower.
Yeah.
And then you got, we'll put it nicely, donkey face, and then, another breath reference that isn't polite either.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly, I like the donkey face one more because it's not as gender specific, like it could be anyone's, on his face. So I guess whatever, but yeah.
Yeah. But listen, congratulations on the series. Season 4, is being streamed right now. Season 5 is practically in the can, except for a couple of reshoots that are coming up. I got to tell you, as a fanboy myself who grew up with the original Karate Kid movies and everything else, which I'm sure your dad was way more thrilled for you getting the role than you were at the time. I kind of figured out how I want the series to end when it ends, not for a long time, but when it ends. And I want and this is my theory, and John will probably like, oh, that's great, now we can't use it. At the end, everything's settled. Johnny gets a letter from Sid's lawyer. His trust kicks in. He gets everything. All of this self-growth is for naught. And he buys the house right next door to the LaRussos and turns it into the Bikini Babe Party Central house.
That sounds like a dream. That sounds perfect. Just right. Put you on the writing block with them. Yeah. Just like.
It sounds like Johnny, right?
Yeah. Like I almost thought it would like jokingly, I thought it'd be a sad ending where like, I don't know, you'd see them just like, being laid down or something. You just hear "You're the best around," but it's like a piano version. It's like da 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 da. It's just like very like solemn and like slowly drifts away into the credits. Like
Man, you went from a Disney show and a Nick show to now like depressing everybody.
I know, yeah. Like I like your idea more of just like a giant babe house. Like that sounds way awesome more than just like yeah.
Like the old Incredible Hulk TV series where David Banner is just walking away with the melodramatic piano. I get it.
Yeah.
But like, you go from like Disney Kid to Cobra Kai in this, and the series is a huge hit. You come in during season 2, where I have no idea how you guys are going to top that high school rumble ever.
Yeah.
And like, what's it like for you? Because, you get the call and you're an actor. So of course you're excited about booking a role, and especially something that was huge on what was originally YouTube Red that now got picked up by Netflix. Like, obviously you're excited, but when you tell your parents who are closer to my age, who probably grew up with the original movies, go, guess what? I'm going to be on Cobra Kai. Like, what's the reaction from their perspective versus you as an actor?
Yeah. So like, my mom's like actually my manager, so she usually does like the negotiations and stuff like with me. And so like at the time I only watched the Jaden Smith, like the other one, like the newer one, and then so I got the part and everything, and my mom was like, oh my god, this is awesome, it's for the original Karate Kids. I'm like, wait, what like what's that? There's originals? And she like, oh wait, she's like, what, you didn't know about this? What's wrong with you? How did you not know this already? Like, I thought we showed you. So and like that, like right after I booked it, we watched all 3 of them. Yeah, they were amazing.
So what you're saying is it's Mama Minx's fault that she didn't educate you ahead of time on classic 80s cinema.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's my parents' fault. They Yeah, yeah. Because like I think I heard about like yeah, like I've definitely like heard about like other ones, but like I like never actually saw them. And now we actually got to like see them all together, and it was like, oh wow, yeah, it's better. Yeah,
Yeah, the character of Mitch like loves pro wrestling. He's like the nerdy kid that wants to be cool. Him and Khalil's character, you know, they're both trying to get in shape, and they saw what happened at All Valley and want to become karate guys. You know, you yourself, are you a pro wrestling fan or an MMA guy? Since you know you live in the fight capital of the world now,
yeah.
you're not that far from all of it.
No, yeah. Like I'll watch it once in a while. I wouldn't consider myself like diehard fan, but like I like if any of them are on, like if any like UFC or like WWE is on, like I'll sit down and like watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your big thing? Because I saw that you're an archer.
Oh yeah, yeah. So like I'm into archery. That's always been like my favorite thing. Cause like when I was younger, I was just obsessed with Lord of the Rings, and like Legolas was my favorite character. So just archery like all the time. For Christmas, I just got a bow and like I already had a bow and arrow for a long time, but I just didn't have a target because we'd usually go to places to go shoot. But now I just have my own target for Christmas, and I've just been going at that in the backyard. So it's been fun. Yeah, been trying not to get it over the fence, you know, scare the neighbors.
In the 1970s, they had a thing called lawn darts, which was just basically a giant dart with a point at the end. They throw it up in the air, and you know, it wasn't safe. So I think you're safer than that. So what's the draw on the bow?
30 pounds. Okay. Yeah, it's still lightish. Yeah, but
listen, you're starting out, right? I mean, you can't sit there and go to an 80-pound draw flat out.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because like it was when I first picked up the bow. When I was buying it, they were like, "This is a 30-pound bow." But no, they're like, "This one's a 50-pound bow. This one might be too heavy for you." When I picked it up, I'm like, "No, it's good." And they're like, "No, it's the pullback." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it just confused me.
Right, got it. You know, yeah, because you know when you pick up a new hobby, sometimes you're like, "Oh, I'm interested in whatever," and then the expert comes in and goes, "No, you're missing the point." Or they go so far over your head, you're like, I really don't want to learn this anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But so, you know, you're an archer now. You got all sorts of stuff going on. You know, you moved to Vegas. So I know you're from Georgia. So I'm assuming a Falcons fan, but you got the Raiders in your backyard.
Yeah. Like, I was born in Georgia. I don't have that much memory of it. But like, I was mostly raised in like Chicago and California. But mostly like Huntington Beach, California. That's where I lived like most of my life.
That's where I live now.
Oh, sick. Yeah, love that place. Yeah, but going down to the Rubies on the pier and stuff like that. Like just everything over there is cool. I like it.
Nice, man. So you lived in Huntington, and then you had to go and drive all the way through the 405 traffic to get up to LA for all the auditions before self-tapes were a thing?
Well, that was the thing. We lived in Studio City at one point, and when I was like, it was while I was working on Ant Farm, and because like we lived in Huntington Beach for a little bit, and then we moved to LA, and then we were saying like, okay, if we get a series, then we'll move back to Huntington Beach because like it was just so much nicer back there. And then we blanked. But oh yeah, so we moved up there. We were in Studio City. I was working on Ant Farm, and then it would still take like about an hour to get to set and stuff. And then after I got Ant Farm, we moved back to Huntington Beach, and it was still an hour just to and from. Like it was either you're sitting in an hour in traffic or you're driving for an hour. So it was like, yeah, just I'd rather like drive for an hour from Huntington Beach than live in LA.
I got you, man. I got you. You know, it's one of those things. Like when they invite us out to screeners before the world fell apart.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and everyone's like, "Why don't you move to the Valley?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't trade gold for silver."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you guys move out to the desert now. You're hanging out over there. It's more cost effective. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no state income tax. Love it.
You're like season 5's coming. We got to clear that check. You know.
Definitely, yeah. Just like get that shit out here. But yeah, the one thing I wasn't prepared for was chapped knuckles. Like it is so dry here.
Yeah.
Like Yeah, I thought it was hot all the time because like we would just like we had family out here, so it would just be like a 4 hour drive. We would go from Huntington Beach to here all the time. Um, and yeah, just like it like every time I'd be here, it'd be hot. So like when we lived here like for the whole year and then it got through winter, we're like, oh wow, it's cold. Like it gets really cold during the winter, and like there were even a couple snow days. Like it was weird, like snow in the desert. But yeah, just the chapped knuckles, like it would get like really like cold and windy, and because it was so dry, just like I woke up one morning, my knuckles were like all cut up and covered in blood, and I'm like, what happened? And they're like, oh, they're like, your knuckles are chapped. You gotta use lotion. I'm like, what? Like I have never had to use lotion like on my body before. Yeah.
You've been wearing makeup since you were 5 years old, so I think
Oh, yeah.
lotion on the hands isn't going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But you're out in Vegas now, so there's a lot of MMA schools out there. There's a lot of karate schools out there. People see you on Cobra Kai now. What's their reaction like? Do people like, obviously the crane kick is the most famous pose, so do people like pull the crane kick move on you and stuff like when they recognize you?
Well, that's the funny thing. Last night I was even like walking around like the strip, like by all the casinos and stuff. I was wearing like the one black Cobra Kai hoodie that Silver was wearing, where it's like the shiny, like glittery Cobra Kai symbol. Like I was wearing that all around, and like I still have my mask on, so I guess people didn't recognize me, and I just kept getting nice shirt, and like they would show theirs too, and it'd be a Cobra Kai shirt. I'm like, oh, sick, and they just walk away. I'm like, it's me. Like, but yeah, it's funny. It's funny. They recognize the shirt more than me, but yeah.
Yeah, before the show ever came out, when I was in graduate school, I felt old for the first time when I was in my 20s, because this freshman walked up to me and he was 17, like he was a young freshman, and I was wearing a Cobra Kai t-shirt, and because they were just selling them, it was a nostalgia thing, and he's like, oh, I'm looking for a new dojo to train at. Is that where you train? And it like didn't dawn on me that I was wearing a movie shirt until I looked down. I was just like, what? Like, you don't know the movie? You don't know the Karate Kid movies? And it was just like, no. I'm like, how old are you? He's like 17. And I start doing the math. And I was like, you were born the year after Karate Kid 2 came out.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah, this is
one of those things,
like not even the first one, like the second
one. And like, but you have an incredible ensemble cast. Like Dan Adu is a hilarious comic. I know you don't have much work with him, but he's on set. Brent Ernst, also not much time with him, but he's on set. So you have these incredible comedians there as well. You trained at Second City and Upright Citizens Brigade. When you guys see each other offset because you're in town together, did you guys ever get to like not only just riff, but like try to discuss comedic timing with each other?
Not often. Usually like we'll sort of just like the adults and adults will like be with each other, and the kids will hang out with the kids. So like we'll usually like me and Khalil or usually like me and Khalil or like the other Miyagi-Dos and like Cobra Kais will like hit each other up and just hang out after set. But yeah, like everyone's still just like awesome to talk to and like just hang out with on set like too, or like even during lunch, like we'll be in line or like walking past each other. It's like, hey, yeah. So
because like you've worked with Nick, you got your archery hobby, you like football, you like Star Wars, you're a ringer on top of all of this. I mean, being a ringer is what got you into archery to begin with.
Yeah.
So like, and then there's a new, the recent series came out. Like, are you trying to get at least a bare minimum cameo like in the new show or something?
I was looking at it. I really wanted to see like what they were doing with it and like try to get into it. But yeah. I was excited to see what they would do. See if it would be like with Cobra Kai, where it's like a really great reboot, or if it was just gonna be like a Souls cash grab of some kind. I don't know. Like, yeah.
All right. So like, let's say you get put in the new Lord of the Rings, dream character that you'd want to play for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Just
like which character would it be?
Damn.
I'm put you on the spot.
Because like I would want to be like an elf or something, just because like all the archery and stuff like that. But and like their armor is just so sick. But I feel like I'm more the stature of a hobbit or a dwarf, so I'd probably be like, yeah, one of those like something. Yeah.
Aren't you one of the taller guys on set though?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I am one of the taller guys on set. So
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have some incredible scenes and like training montages. You know,
yeah.
when you get to do something like that, like the cement mixer one was funny. The guys, when you guys were in the warehouse and all that stuff. When you show up on set and you see this, like, is there a point you're like, thank God I have a stunt double to do some of this stuff for me?
Sometimes, yeah. Because most of the time I want to do my own stunts. Like even the last season, there's the one part where we're doing the montage and like the sand gets thrown in my face. I was begging them to throw the sand in my face. I was like, just let me do it. Just you can do it. I want it to look real. You don't have to fake it. Just do it. And they're like, we really can't. We can't. If one grain of sand gets in your eye, it'll cut it. Like we can't risk anything. I'm just like, just do it. So and they just made my stunt double do it. I'm like, no, like I feel bad for him now because like I wanted to be the one, but yeah, just
they couldn't even give you like those little tanning bed goggles to like cover your eyes or anything, huh?
Yeah, it's just like little like slits or something. Just like, all right, and Sam's like not just. Yeah.
I know your brother Austin is also an actor.
Yeah.
Would it be fun to like work with your sibling on a project at some point, so you guys could play off each other, and then like, you're the younger brother, right?
Yeah.
It'd be a little more fun that the younger brother gets the bigger role, just so you get to tease him for all the times he picked on you when you guys were little, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like that'd be a little fun.
Yeah. You act, you do so much. I mean, you've been all over the place, Nickelodeon, Disney, Cobra Kai, like you have like a convention career set for life at this point, just with Cobra Kai itself. And then D23 is coming up, so I don't know if Disney's going to have you guys out for that. When you do get recognized versus, moments like you're wearing the mask, so you're like, how come nobody paid attention? And then you realize, oh yeah, my face is covered. What's it like when you do get recognized for some of these roles that you've worked on?
It's crazy because it's completely different demographics. Like adults will run up to me and they'll be like, oh my God, my kid watches you all the time on Ant Farm. Can I get a picture with you? And it's like, oh yeah, sure. They're like, I loved you on Ant Farm. You were so great as Angus. I'm like, yeah, great. So we take the picture, and then like later on, kids would run up to me and they'd be like, oh my God, you were the kid in Ted. It's just like, no, you're supposed to watch Ant Farm. Your parents were supposed to watch Ted. Like, just yeah.
That is interesting when the younger demographic recognizes you for the stuff they weren't supposed to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Private life, though, do you still have much of one at this point? Because you are recognizable from multiple series and franchises.
Yeah. Like life's been pretty quiet and like simple. I'm usually just like hanging out at home, taking care of the dogs. I just got a chicken that I'm taking care of now too. And I got a side job as a line cook, just because like I've always liked cooking, always thought it was fun, and like we're friends with the manager at the place. So he was just like, hey, whenever you want, you can come be a cook here. So yeah, just started doing that, and it's been fun. Like
Okay, so Iron Chef or Chopped, which is the better show?
Hell's Kitchen. No, I'm kidding. No. But yeah, I would say
we're trying to get you a Food Network show at some point.
I'd say Iron Chef. Iron Chef was fun to watch.
Yeah. Go. You're learning how to cook in a restaurant. Like that's the ultimate apprenticeship cooking wise in Vegas, where the restaurants are, a bunch of restaurants are still open 24 hours, have reopened to 24 hours.
Yeah, no, it's a 24-hour gaming bar. We just have like everything. Like we have like a south of the border menu where it's all like, Spanish food, and then there's like we have oysters, we have meats, chickens, like everything. Yeah. So we do oysters on the half shell, all that.
So future restaurateur is what we're getting at.
Probably.
All right.
Like we just do a little bit of everything here. Yeah.
Hey man, that's cool. You're keeping busy. You're doing something, and you didn't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. There you go.
Except for the chickens, but
yeah, no, that's becoming egg salad later.
So you just got the one chicken?
Yeah. It was from one of the friends from the bar, actually, the place. He had like a bunch of chickens, but there was this one chicken that when he would go to feed the chickens, they would all attack this one. Like, so like it's just like missing feathers and like all bald and like ugly in some spots. But like there, he was like, I was gonna put it down today, but I just couldn't. It was so sad. Like, I don't know what to do with it. And we're like, well, we wanted a chicken. He's like, all right, you can have it. So you got a chicken. All right. Like,
You got chicken, you got fresh eggs, you're good to go.
there you go. We're set.
Nurse it back to health.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like it's still like freaked out, but like I don't know. I looked it up. Like you play music for it, you gotta shake the cup before you throw the food because it thinks it's just about to get attacked when someone's approaching it. So like, I'm just slowly getting it to relax.
So Chef Aedin, Farmer Aedin, Actor Aedin.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
And
Archer
bartender soon. No,
you got it all covered.
there we go. Yeah,
Yeah. And congratulations on everything that you're doing, though.
yeah. Thank you very much.
What's next? You gonna write a script?
I did. When I was really young, I wrote a script, but like I basically just pulled ideas from like everything that I enjoyed at the times. Like I was obsessed with Assassin's Creed. I loved Pirates of the Caribbean. I just like basically made like Assassins and time travel with Leonardo DiCaprio. Like Leonardo DiCaprio was doing some weird machine, and then the machine struck lightning on these two guys, and then it sent them into the future, into the pirate age. So they had like medieval gear, but they got sent into the pirate age. And just like, yeah, it was a fun little thing I wrote when like I was a little kid. But yeah.
Listen, man, we just got Bill and Ted 3 like a year or two ago. Like you could revisit this idea now.
Exactly. Yeah. Just toss that in.
Yeah. But everything that you got going on, there's so much there. Like, so downtime is cooking. Like, what's your go-to dish?
I'm really good at making a ribeye steak. Like it's just simple. But my favorite thing to make is like it's like this battered catfish with like a plum sauce. It's like it's weird because like I just got it from like one of those like little Blue Apron things where it's like they send you the box and it like shows you the recipe. And it's just really weird. Like you cube up the plums, you just cube up a whole plum, and like as you're stirring it, it like liquefies. Like when you're stirring it in the pan and heating it, it just completely dissolves. And it's like you mix that with like chives and other seasoning and like a broth, and then like you have like your battered catfish, and like it is just so good. Yeah, it's just like a really like sweet plum sauce and like super soft flaky fish. So love that one.
Dang, we're getting your PR rep to call Food Network and get you on Celebrity Chopped.
All right, bet. Yeah, that sounds sick.
That'd be fun, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Like,
I just want to get yelled at by Gordon Ramsay on something.
Is that the goal?
I just want him to call me and like I just wanted him to make a new insult just for me. Yeah.
He's got like 6 restaurants in Vegas. You're gonna run into him at one point.
Definitely. I actually did. We well, I didn't meet him, but like we were at his burger place, Gordon Ramsay Burger, and we were all just like sitting there, and we like look up, and like there was like this huge security guy blocking a table, and like we looked back at it again, like just like looked around him, and there he was like talking with someone, just like eating the food, and we're like, oh shit, that's him. Like, yeah.
I just picture him being like really small, like he's big and mean on TV, and then we find out he's like 5'7".
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Because I didn't see him standing up, so he might have been short, but just like he had a very like TV face. It was just like very like big and there. I don't know. Like
so you're calling him a melon head. I get it. No,
maybe. Oh, no.
Yeah. Let's just harass Gordon Ramsay through an interview just to get him to insult you on Twitter. That's the
there goal. We go. Yeah, got that. That's how I get my dreams. You don't know how to cook grilled cheese.
You'd be surprised how many people can't make one. So
I know, yeah.
Yeah. So your mom's your manager on top of all this. Like, was it, did you want to start acting when you were little because you saw your brother in it? Or was it like, something your parents like, you're going to do this because I didn't get that play in 3rd grade or whatever?
No, yeah. Me and my brother were both just obsessed with Lord of the Rings. And then we saw the behind the scenes stuff, and that's when we were like, oh, this is what acting is. This is what we want to do. Because like literally, I think it was even like the week before or something. Like we were in kindergarten, and that's when the teacher was like, okay, you're gonna draw what you want to be when you grow up, and then write about it. So I'm like, I just like drew a fireman and was like, yeah, I like to help people. And I'm like, I don't know. Like I sat there forever staring at it like, what do I want to do? And then like I just like looked off someone else's and did fireman, I want to help. And then I left it and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. And a week later, watching my favorite movie, I get to see. So yeah.
Because it's a lot of pressure to decide your lifelong career at 5.
Yeah. Just
yeah. You said
like, all right, now we're putting you in college and we're setting it all up. Don't worry.
You're going to Juilliard whether you like it or not.
No backing out of this.
I was 5. Doesn't matter. You're an astronaut, firefighter, actor.
Yeah, there you go.
Do the dogs get along with the chicken, by the way, since you said, the chicken's still jumpy?
Yeah, we no. like I because like we haven't really like let them see each other yet, but like one time my Shih Tzu like got out of the house like while I was walking out, and then I was over there like just trying to like check on the chicken, like watch it, see what it was doing, and then my dog just like sneaks up there and starts going like running at it like "Ay, ay!" And then the chicken like jumps and flew like over it. And like I was just dying laughing, but then I had to quickly like pick up the dog. And I was like, Mochi, that's my friend. And it was just like staring at me. But yeah.
So the dog's name is Mochi.
Yeah. I named my Shih Tzu Mochi.
You're keeping the food theme alive.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you got fresh eggs. You named the dog after a Japanese ice cream. You're cooking. You got all sorts of stuff going.
Well, I think it was either their Chinese or Japanese emperor dogs. Like that was like you know the history of like the Shih Tzus and stuff.
Nah,
like they're basically just like they were gifts to emperors. They would be foot warming presents. So like they were trained to like cuddle like your feet to keep the like emperor's feet warm. So they're considered like emperor dogs. So it's just funny. Like
nice.
Yeah.
And now your dog runs and hides under the bed and doesn't even bother keeping you warm.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
He's like, I'm breaking the cycle.
Yeah. That just sneezes on me when I try to like pick it up.
All right. So we see you going down the road of being a restaurateur at some point. What is the dream type of restaurant that you'd want to open up?
I kind of wanted to do something just simple. Like, okay, I like the place I'm working at because like we get to do a little bit of everything, but at the same time I want a super simple menu so we don't have to worry about like a bunch of confusing like tickets where it's just like here's the one thing we make, you can add cheese to it or take it off, I don't know. Like but I also did have an idea for like basically like a fancy kid restaurant. So like it's not a kid restaurant, but just like it fancifies like kids foods, like ants on a log, like it would be like super gourmet peanut butter and like chocolate covered raisins, or like a grilled cheese, it would be like truffle grilled cheese, or like peanut butter and jelly, it's like on a brioche toasted like deep fried bun. I don't know, just like over fancified kid snacks,
So like the after school meal that kids always want. I dig it, man. Like super fancy mac and cheese and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was like fancified kid food. Yeah.
All right. You might not remember Georgia, but the South has its mac and cheese going for them and everything else.
Oh yeah.
Crumbled toast on top, or no crumbles on top of the mac and cheese, like straight mac and cheese or crumbles on top?
It has to be a good like flavorful crumble. If it's just breadcrumbs, I can't do it. If it's like garlic herb butter breadcrumbs, then it's good. It adds flavor. It's nice. Yeah.
See, that's the cook coming out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Solo, when he got Cobra Kai, like eventually he got his dream car, and I think it was like a 69 Camaro or something like that.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
Like what was your like big dumb I got on the series purchase? Not saying that the Camaro was dumb, because my dream car is a 68 Firebird, but like the one thing that you're like you wouldn't have gotten for yourself prior to getting on the show.
Yeah. I forgot. I think I remember. I'm trying to look around my room. I think it was just this, like, I don't know, because I would say this laptop, because like I already had like a really nice gaming computer, but I wanted one for like when I went out to Atlanta to film, and so like I just stopped by like the closest gaming computer store, and I was like, the biggest one you have, just give it to me.
You're like, I need this 22-inch gaming laptop.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just need like the thing with the biggest screen, best quality, and I don't want it to overheat and crap itself just by me turning it on. So
Got it. So you had to take the gaming system with you to Atlanta for filming.
yeah, definitely. Because like it was either that or I brought my old PlayStation. It's just like its fan sounds like a jet engine trying to take off. Like I don't know. It's not fun.
So what's the current game of choice?
Fallout 76. I've just been obsessed with it. Like to scratch that Fallout itch. Like it's taken them a while to come out with a new game. So
Don't worry, things will come out. I'm surprised like more games have been cranked out in the last 2.5 years.
yeah, like that's the thing is like the quality is getting really great, but they're also taking up so much storage. It's like you can only have like 1 or 2 games on your system at a time now, it feels like.
This is how you know I'm old, because I actually like to have the tangible disc in hand,
Yeah.
just in case. And they're like, oh, you could just get the downloadable content. I was like, no, because like if the machine breaks, I might still have the account, but if the account gets deleted, I lost the game.
Yeah, exactly.
That sort of thing. So.
Yeah, keeping the discs are always better.
When you talk to your elder statesmen on the series, because like Billy Zabka's on the show, and obviously he's Johnny Lawrence. What's it like when you get to work with him and Ralph that have been down the road with this for quite a while? I mean, Ralph Macchio was in The Outsiders and so much other stuff, but like they have these 40-year careers. Like what type of advice are you getting from them since you work closely with those two?
Yeah, they're just really cool. Like we don't really talk business as much. We just like goof around and like let everyone do their own thing, sorta. But yeah, they're just like really nice. They just like to tell us about like how things were and like what's going on. And I like the other day I was staring at all the old Miyagi cars, and then Ralph just walks up behind me. He goes, "Think they're cool, huh?" I'm like, "Oh yeah," because like we usually haven't like we didn't work that much before with each other before, and like we wouldn't really get to talk that much. Like it'd just be like a waving hi like while we're going to lunch and stuff. So like I was just sitting there looking at his car, and it was just like he's behind me like, "You think they're cool, huh?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, they are." He's like, "I got that one from the first movie. It was my 18th birthday, and they just gave it to me." And I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool." He goes, "So that is the original car." So it is just yeah, yeah. They're really cool guys.
Listen, I need a job where someone's going to give me a car just like for showing up.
Yeah.
Hey, happy birthday! Here's the car from the movie. Okay, thanks, guys.
I really want Johnny's car, the old Cobra one. Yeah, the black and yellow.
The Challenger.
Challenger, yeah.
Yeah. You just want to be cruising up in an SRT 400 some odd horses, or
Yeah.
red line with over 700 horses. I get you.
I wanted to make it a Hellcat, but
Hellcat, dude. Hellcats are awesome too, man.
Yeah,
Dude, Chargers are a fun, or Challengers are a fun ride. Charger, I always joke. I was like, my buddy has a Charger and I have a Challenger, and I was just like, oh, your wife wouldn't let you get the Challenger, right?
Yeah.
So, and then of course the Chargers became really cool looking as sedans. I was like, well, now I can't ever get one because I make too much fun of them.
Yeah. I get that. But I also heard they have like a boat rocking problem where it feels like you're rocking a boat when you're driving it. I don't know.
Well, the Hellcat might. I haven't driven one of those yet, but you live by the Speedway. You can just go out 20 minutes south and just, hop on.
I just don't have a license.
You don't drive?
No, because like I lived in LA for so long, I just didn't want to drive ever. But now that we're out here, it's like I probably should get a license.
Okay. I'm surprised because usually everyone I knew, like when we were growing up, this is how the old people are talking. I wanted my permit at 15, so I was ready to take the test. But
yeah,
is it just something you just like? Yeah, I don't need it.
Yeah, like it felt like for a while it was just like I didn't need it. I wasn't really going anywhere anyway. But now it's like, all right, I'm starting to get older. I want to like go places. But yeah.
So like, what other hobbies do you want to take up besides archery, since that seems like a big one?
Yeah, I wanted to get into streaming. Because like I do play games a lot. Like I love them. I wanted to get into streaming. I tried doing the OBS setup and it was just so confusing. Like I got it to stream one time. Like it was just like a test stream I was doing with my family. So like I had the game playing and like my sister was like trying to watch on her phone. And like I only had like one successful like it worked successful stream, but then like every time after that I've tried to like boot it up and it's just like acting all wonky. So like I don't know. I think I either got to change like parts of my computer because it like my big computer fan goes crazy, and yeah, just I don't know how to set up the like streaming part.
Yeah. So you're techie too, then?
Yeah, like I try to be, but yeah, like I'm just getting screwed over by the trying to Twitch and stuff. But everything else, like I can fix around my computer. Yeah, like things get screwed up, I'm able to like pull it out or look at the coding or something. Yeah.
So season 5, do you get to drive the Hellcat? Like that's our big spoiler for season 5.
Yeah. I don't even know if the Hellcat's coming back. I wish. Or the other car, but yeah.
Well, you sit there. I mean, we got Eagle Fang now.
Yeah. Hopefully Eagle Fang gets a cooler car than what we have.
It's gonna be hard, dude. It's gonna be hard to top off that SRT, but
yeah.
But yeah, the van, the minivan is great. You film everything like a year prior, and then Netflix drops all 10 episodes at once, and now we got to wait another 6 months to a year to watch it again. When you go from the filming stage and then the pickups and everything, you take that time off, and then it's released, and you go back and watch it. Like, what are some of the things that you notice about, or at least the differences between being in the trenches when you're filming it versus now being a fan at home and watching your work and everybody else's?
Well, that's the thing. I like to actually skip like the script. Like I'll only read my parts. Like I'll skim through, find the spot that mentions me, and then I'll read that scene. But because like I like it to be a surprise when I come home and watch the show. So like after like the whole show finally gets released, then like everything's just new to me and I'm seeing it and hearing it for the first time, and it's just like really cool to watch. But yeah, it's
makes sense, because there are some people that like the surprise, and then other people want to know what happens, in season 6 for like what's going on. I want to see the script from now.
Yeah. But what was it? Oh yeah, the difference between that. It's really cool getting to like compare it, because like the whole time I'm sort of doing commentary while we're watching it. Like I'll be sitting there with my family, like whoever else is in there, and I'm like, okay, so for this scene, like for the koi pond scene when we're like going around in the circles, I was like, oh, Sholo kept like losing the fish, because like what they would do is they would go under the water and they would give him the fish in his hand, so that way he could just carefully lift it up and be like, I caught it. But it's a $2,000 fish and you don't want to like kill it with your hand. So like he's very, very, very gently holding it. And like he lost like 3 of them in the water and they had to keep like catching them and giving them back to him. And like also in that scene, we were like going around in the water. It was closer to the fall in Atlanta, so it's getting cold. And to get that above shot, they didn't use a crane, they used a drone. So it's 4 extremely high-powered fans blowing at you while you're wet in the Atlanta fall. And it's just like while you're like going in the circle in the pond. But other than that, yeah, it was fun.
You're like, we really couldn't have filmed this in Reseda?
Yeah, they could just have space heaters pointed at us or something. I don't know. Like,
okay, so here's I'm gonna ask you this from a Karate Kid fan standpoint, since clearly you've seen the first 3 movies, possibly the next Karate Kid. Hilary Swank might be showing up maybe later on.
There was no the next Karate Kid. No, okay.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm joking.
So Oscar winner Hilary Swank, you've been getting
no.
No, we're teasing. What was I gonna ask? Sorry
about it.
You've seen that. You've seen all 4 seasons clearly and been a part of it. Who's the real villain, Daniel or Johnny?
Because I don't know. It feels like Daniel's the villain because like yeah, Johnny's just trying to live his life. He's just trying to like improve himself, and then Daniel just sees him and it's on site, like just trying to ruin him. It feels like so. I don't know. Yeah, it feels like that with it.
I got you. Okay. Yeah. The real villain is Allie.
Oh,
We're going to go all the way back. Breaks up with Johnny. Less than 2 weeks later is RA dating Daniel. Daniel wins the All Valley, dumps him as soon as she gets into UCLA, has to send the guy to Japan to forget about her. I mean, you know, Allie's the real villain in all of this, man.
my God, definitely. Just gaslighting everybody. Like,
Elizabeth showed up for 1 or 2 episodes. It's all right. We can make her the villain for the rest of the series.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. When everything is said and done, you know, the season's a wrap. You get to go home. You know, you're working as a cook because you have this passion for food. You're becoming a farmer apparently because you got a chicken at this point. Like, you know, you turn off the gaming system. You put the scripts down. Like, what goes through your head to just absolutely detox isn't the right word, but like to mellow out?
Yeah, just I don't know. Yeah, pretty much. I just go back to turning on the game then. But yeah, just like that. Yeah, I pretty much just like play the game, just like put myself in this other person's shoes and just start going with that. Like, all right, I'm worrying about this person's life, and I'm just playing with it, seeing what I can do with it. So rather than having to like worry about my own life or everything going on here, I'm worrying about like Stormcloaks versus the Imperials in Skyrim or something like that. Yeah, just
I dig it, man. I dig it. Listen, Aedin, it's been a great pleasure talking to you today. I can't wait for season 5. You know, everything's been so much fun. You know, Terry Silver's back. We've seen so much going on. Martin Cove is the nicest guy in the world. Like, you would never expect him to be that cool. You know, you've been a lot of fun to talk to. You're super chill. Hopefully I run into you in Vegas next time I come out, and I want you to have a great day. Let us know where we can find you on social media and the next project that you could talk about that, you can hint at least.
Of course, definitely. Yeah, just Aedin Mincks for everything. And yeah, just working on Cobra Kai and myself. Nothing else new really. But yeah, and thanks so much for having me.
Hey man, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Aedin Mincks, Cobra Kai season 4 is out now. Season 5 is in the can. Pickup's probably coming up soon. We should see that this summer, I'm presuming.
Yeah, something like that.
Cool deal, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.